We begin with the gang going through Diglett Tunnel, where they run into a man and his stallion searching for treasures inside. Ash and the others offer to help, and they're given pickaxes to do so. The group then goes around and finds all sorts of treasures inside the cave, with a cave quartet being introduced to a lowland Diglett, who they help out if needed. During this, the standout is Lily, who finds a Z-ring like stone, with Kukui recognizing it as a sparkling stone, which is used to make Z-ring, but both he and the man wishes for Lily to keep it. The rest of the group then finish whatever they're doing, and the worker thanks them as they part ways. The group has now officially arrived in Konikoni City, and Kikui leads them to Olivia's jewelry shop to inform her of their arrival. But upon making it, they find a note on the door saying that the store is closed as Olivia is off training. Though briefly bummed out, Ash decides to do the same. Before he can, Rotodex spots a commotion, prompting the group to investigate. Outside town, the group runs into Team Skull Grunts, with Ash's alone friends recognizing them, or at least meeting them for the first time. For the regional character's case. However, before any Pokemon are sent out, the Grunts motion Ash forward, saying someone wants to meet him. Ash looks back at his friends who encourage him to go for it, so he heads off, where he meets a tall girl with Team Skull clothing and pigtails, who introduces herself as Plumeria. And she recognizes Ash, or at least knows he must be the trainer the siblings keep talking about, saying they would keep talking about a trainer with a Z-ring and a red hat Pikachu who keeps beating them up, and she vows to defeat him as revenge for them. Ash however refuses, and the two send their Pokemon out for action. Pikachu versus Salazzle. The Pokemon have an intense battle of equal strength, revealing that Plumeria is much stronger than her siblings. And she even has Salazzle poison Pikachu, but Ash and Pikachu do not fold and eventually win the battle. Plumeria scoffs and prepares to leave, but the Grunts come back and surround Ash, calling his win false. Until prepare to do something about it until a woman with a HUD still comes out and tells them to stop. Other one bulldoze, they bail, but not before telling Ash it's not over. For Ash thanks the girl who introduced herself as Hapu, but she says it's all good. She was in the area. But Ash then says he'd like to talk more, but Pikachu needs help, and so they part ways. The gang is now back in town at the Pokemon Center, but unfortunately their timing's bad as Nurse Joy's sick. Seeing this, Brock tries to be there, but is held back by Misty, so Kukui goes instead with her Comfey, while Lily and Brock help Ash heal Pikachu, and they succeed. But not long after, a trainer and a Spinda run inside with Spinda sick, so Brock won and takes matters into his own hands. No other trainer might be coming and wanting to win Nurse Joy's heart. He takes Nurse Joy's stand with Lily offering to help Pokemon in need, and the others join. Yeah, as you can see, these borrows heavily from the episode Real Life Inquire Within, but with changes made to fit the rewrite and no Ashley. And by the end of the episode, Nurse Joy is healthy again and thanks the kids for helping the customers in her place as the day comes to an end. She then sees Ash and Hal's amulets and tells them that Olivia will be ready for them in 2 days. With that knowledge, Ash and Hal prepare to train, knowing what's next for both of them. 2 days later, the day of Olivia's grand trial is finally here. Rotom received a message from her to meet them in the ruins of life. So while the others head off to the battlefield, Ash and Hal head inside, where they reunite with Kahuna and pray to Tabulele with her. And once done, Rockruff pops out and begins to growl and get all feisty at Lycanroc. Ash tries to calm him down, but ends up getting bit. Olivia believes that Rockruff wants to face Lycanroc. Remembering the rival of Gladions, Ash agrees. And they leave the cave, where we cut to Hal at the stand with the others and the trail camps who made good on their word. And their attention's on the battlefield as Ash, Olivia, Lycanroc, and Rockruff airing their voices on the stand. And before the battle starts, Ashton's laden out and tells him and Pikachu to cheer them on with the others. And once that's taken care of, Kukui, acting as referee, says the usual. And once he's done, Olivia sends Probopass on the field with Lycanroc, revealing that this will be a double battle. This surprises everyone, with Kiawe asking why, as his was a 1v1. Olivia responds by saying that as a participant in the Island Challenge and the trainer acknowledged by Tabu Koko, Olivia, as a cause Kahuna, must test Ash's might. And he's all in for it, by sending out Rowlet alongside Rockruff. And with everything said and done, Ash vs. Olivia begins. Ash starts with Razor Leaf and Rock Throw respectively, but the moves are cancelled by Lycanrock's Rock Slide, which hits both of them, but they recover. Rockruff then goes to attack Lycanrock, and while they fight, a Rowlet attacks Probopass, and while things go okay, Rockruff is thrown by Lycanrock, and he hits Rowlet straight ahead, and Probopass follows up with Zap Cannon. As both of them fall, Probopass uses Stealth Rock, surrounds Ashing and Pillars. After seeing all that, Ash admires the teamwork of Olivia's Pokemon before commanding Rowlet to fly out with Rockruff and use Razor Leaf. Olivia is impressed, but then commands Magnet Bomb, which brings Probopass's mini noses into action. Ralph flies around to avoid them, but they're persistent and almost corner them until Rockruff takes them out with Rock Throw. However, he only got two of them, as the third one comes up from behind, hitting them and knocking them back into the rocks. Ralph and Rockruff taking great damage, and what they share their train's determination while he's fired up and ready. The battle continues with Ash's duo getting more in sync and getting damage in, but Olivia's duo shows that their trainer is the Island Kahuna. Alongside that, Rockruff's attitude from before is still there, making Ash and the others worry. Ash prepares a counterattack just as Olivia has the mini noses surround Rowlet and Rockruff to use her Z move with Lycanroc. Remembering this from Gladion, Ash has an idea and has Rowlet fly in the air with Rockruff again, as Lycanroc uses Continental Crush. But Rowlet and Rockruff stay underneath, then continue to go down with it until they fly away before it lands, avoiding the Z move and destroying the Stealth Rock. The others are amazed, with Brock being the one to say what Kiawe said in canon. Misty and Serena smiling at this. Impressed again, Olivia compliments Ash. As the battle continues as the four Pokemon fight hard, with Ash getting the upper hand thanks to Lycanroc's exhaustion from the Z move. And as it turns out, Rockruff's demeanor makes him pretty resilient, so he takes care of Lycanroc while Ralph distracts Probopass's mini noses after he used Magnet Bomb, and he directs them right back at Probopass, leaving him wide open for a Bloom Doom that he tries to get impact to no avail. Probopass is unable to battle. Ash celebrates while Olivia thanks Probopass and supports Lycanroc, and with only him left, Ash is rallied at Rockruff again, but the attitude comes back, making him resist and attack Rowlet, knocking him out. This shocks everyone and brings Rockruff back to his senses, horrified at what he's done. As Ash thanks and returns Rockruff comes over sad, but Ash reassures him, reminds him of their rock throw training, promising they'll win. Reinvigorated, Rockruff gets ready for action. And with that, Rockruff and Lycanroc battle it out in a clash of moves, until Lycanroc uses Rock Slide, which Rockruff platforms to get high in the air before finishing the battle with a Rock Throw. Ash wins the grand trial. Olivia and Ash meet in the middle of the field, where she praises Ash for the win, teamwork, and his skills, saying he's earned her respect and a Rockium Z. As well as saying he's officially completed all of Akala's trials. Ash thanks Olivia and shows his Rockium Z to the others, thanking them and telling Rockruff that he can now use Continental Crush, but Rockruff still feels bad for Rowlet. Then Olivia finally tells Ash that Rockruff's feisty attitude means he's going to evolve soon. While he excites Ash, Rockruff's face remains unchanged. With Ash's victory now achieved, Hal battles Olivia next, and his battle is a 2v2, starting with Bulldor versus Crab Brawler. The battle is tough thanks to Bulldor's defense and the use of Bulldoze, which slows Crab Brawler down, and it eventually ends in a draw after Continental Crush and Crab Hammer collide. Zero call their falling Pokemon and send out their next choices to close the battle, which will be Dartrix and Alolan Graveler. This battle is more even than the last thanks to their typings, and how it definitely shows off Dartrix's strength. Eventually, he gets the upper hand and tries to end the battle with Bloom Doom, but Olivia has Graveler roll out the way. How and the K Quartet are shocked, with Olivia and Kiawe warning them that Z-moves won't always guarantee victory. Some action will have to keep in mind for the future. Dartrix pushes through and finally brings down Graveler with Leaf Blade. How has also cleared Akala Island. Everyone congratulates How and Ash, and the gang head back into town as the day ends. With the Akala trial complete, the gang decided to split up and enjoy some downtime. We first start with the girls and Brock, who are at Olivia's store admiring her creations. Well, at least the girls are. We all know why Brock's here. Anyway, we're picking out their Hey, Brent, Olivia notices a glitter in Lily's bag, so she pulls out the sparkling stone. Explaining she found it but wasn't sure what she could do with it. So Olivia borrows it and works on it. And when she's done, it's now a Z-ring. Earring. Lily thanks her, although she's hesitant. She puts it on eventually after everyone encourages her, especially Olivia, saying with Ash and Kiku, oh wait, she's definitely gonna need some help. And they won't mind helping her at all. So Lily puts it on. On to the other three guys in our group, though. They're at a lighthouse overlooking the ocean. But while they're having a nice time, Rockruff is quiet until he decides to run off somewhere. While doing this, he howls, which is heard by Olivia and Glenn's respective Lycan Rock. And the rest of the episode, aka Rising of the Ruins, follows canon. After encountering Taboo Lily, who heals Rockruff after a battle, everyone sees the sunset, but then notices it turn a luminous green, which Kukui and Olivia recognize as the green flash, which captivates Rockruff, and he begins to howl at it, which is joined by the two Lycan Rocks. And soon, Rockruff begins to glow, and he evolves into Lycan Rock, but it's not either the midday form or the midnight form. It's an unknown form of Lycan Rock that surprises the others, but it amazes Ash as he and the team run over and celebrate their new friend's evolution. And, and later that night, everyone reunites for a fireworks show, which they saw a poster for before splitting up. Here, the two groups show all their new stuff and enjoy the show together. While watching, the Kid Quartet have a nice moment, reflecting on their Alola time, and ending with Ash vying to complete the island challenge as it concludes. The next day, back in Hiehia City, the Akala captains and Kahuna say farewell to their visitors, wishing them well and inviting them to come back and visit sometime. A little bit later, Ashley and Llewellyn say farewell to Ash's old companions. They all had a great time. Before saying adios, Ash has one final moment with them, where they vow to achieve their goals, meet again, and of course, have a battle. And with that, they head out by plane, while Ash's group leave by boat back to Mele Mele. And while riding, Ash looks up at the plane, excited for what's next for his old friends and himself. And that's where we're going to end this part. So, do you all like it? Tell me your thoughts in the comments, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye.